Hello all. I am going to be showing you today how to navigate through your open enrollment. So when you log into Paylocity, everyone will probably see something a little bit different depending on what you set your homepage to be. But to get to the benefits portal, you will click these three bars here on the top left-hand corner and navigate to benefits. Once you are on this page, you will see that there is a special enrollment. On yours, you will actually see open enrollment, and you can go ahead and click start. This is the next page that you will see. It will say welcome. You can read this welcome message and then click on start your enrollment. You can see on this page that I have already added two family members. I have added Mickey Mouse as a spouse and Donald Duck as a child. You can also add a new family member by clicking this button here, and you will just need to fill in at least the required fields, but if you can fill in as many as possible, more information is better for our system. Once you have added all of your family members that you will be electing benefits for, you can go ahead and click continue. This first page here is the medical plan. So you will just go ahead and follow all of the prompts on the screen. So who do you want to cover on this plan? So this is where you would choose yourself. You would see your name here. And then you would add your family members that you just added on the last page. So if you wanted to add your spouse or child or just child and not your spouse or both, you'll see when I click off of these that the rates will change depending on if you elect your child and spouse or not. So once you have who you want on the plan, then you would actually choose the plan that you want. So I'm going to choose the high deductible health plan, and you will see that the employee contribution is going to be $625.15, and that will actually update on this top right-hand corner every time you select a benefit as you go through this. So that is a really nice function that we have on here. If I wanted to choose the traditional plan, you will actually see that cost change as well. But for this example, I am going to choose the high deductible health plan and click on continue. Since I enrolled in the high deductible health plan, the next thing that will pop up is the health savings account, an HSA plan. So you can watch this video to see if the HSA is a good choice for you or not, and then you can actually elect or waive the HSA account. So let's just say I want to add $50 a month. That will actually add up my employee annual contribution and let me know how much my employer is going to contribute into my account next year. And the annual contribution will also be listed here. So I'm going to go ahead and elect that. Since I chose the high deductible health plan, the next thing that comes up is the limited purpose flexible spending account. If you were to choose the traditional plan, you would have seen the regular flexible spending account. So just depending on which plan you choose will prompt the spending accounts that you can choose from. On this example, I am going to choose waive limited FSA on this one. But if you wanted to contribute, you would just put how much you wanted to contribute per pay period there. Again, the next one that came up is the dependent care reimbursement account. I am also going to waive this one for this example, but again, if you needed to, you could put a dollar amount in there and continue. The next thing is the dental plan. So again, you would just choose who you wanted to cover on this plan. I am not going to choose my child on this plan. I'm just going to enroll me and my spouse here. So that will be this dental tier here. So $52.23 a month. And I'm going to go ahead and click continue. Vision is going to be the same thing. Who do you want to cover on this plan? I am going to choose spouse and child on my plan, and I want to actually choose that vision plan. So you'll see it's adding $13.54 and continue. Next, you will be prompted to elect group term life insurance and AD&D. So this is 100% employer paid, which you can see right here. And the desired coverage range is actually going to be populated from your salary automatically. So in this test employee, their salary is listed here. So Gunnison County does pay for 1 times your salary. So it'll go ahead and auto-populate. You'll see that there's a $0 cost there. So you should only have one option to choose from. And then you can go ahead and click continue. Next is the voluntary employee life. Now this is anything that you want over what you just elected. So if I wanted coverage over my $65,000 worth of coverage and I wanted to pay a monthly premium, this is where I'm going to choose that coverage. So let's just say I want to add an additional $10,000. So in here, I would want to choose that $10,000 range. And then my coverage amount is where I would actually elect how much coverage I want. So you can see the cost here. The cost is based on the coverage amount that you're electing and your age. So it should automatically calculate your premium here for you. So I'm actually going to choose 20,000 here. Now, just keep in mind that when you are electing your voluntary life coverage, you will only be able to elect half of your coverage for your spouse. So on my next page here, I'm only going to be able to elect 10,000 for my spouse. Now, if I were to elect 10,000 here, I would only be able to elect 5,000 additional as an additional coverage for my spouse. So I'm going to elect 20,000 here. So you can see that added $17.10 to my monthly premiums every month. Now, if you don't want to have any additional life insurance over the basic life insurance that the county pays for, then you can go ahead and choose waive right here. But I am going to go ahead and select voluntary employee life for 20,000. This next page here is going to be the voluntary spouse life. On this page, this is where you can choose that extra coverage for your spouse as well, and you will be able to see that the max that I can choose here is $10,000 since I chose 20,000 on that last page. So I am going to go ahead and do $10,000 worth of coverage for my spouse. I can choose in $5,000 increments here, but up to 10,000 since I only chose 20,000 on that last page. So you can go ahead and choose that amount or waive, and you can see that'll add $1.10 to my monthly premiums there. You can go ahead and click continue. Lastly, you can see here for life insurance, I can elect voluntary child life. So if I wanted to do that, I would just check that box, select my coverage range, and then it would go ahead and tell you how much it is to add voluntary child life insurance. For this example, I am not going to choose voluntary life insurance for my child. So I'm going to go ahead and click waive and then continue. There is one more life insurance page, which is basic dependent life. Basic dependent life is going to be 100% employer paid. So you can see here that the employer contribution is going to be $1.73. So the basic dependent life is actually going to be $5,000 worth of coverage for your spouse, which is listed right here. And then these are the child amounts. So this 173 does cover these three amounts if you do elect it. And again, it is 100% employer paid. So I am going to elect this benefit. Next, we have short-term disability, and again, this will auto-populate. So it says here coverage options available from 0.6 times salary to 0.6 times salary. So that will auto-populate for you, and you will see that as zero cost to you. So you can go ahead and just make sure those elections are in there and click continue. This is the last thing that you will need to elect. This is our legal identity theft. So this is through Norton LifeLock, and again, you will choose who you want covered on this plan. So I am going to choose all of my dependents here, And I am going to select this identity theft protection, and you'll see it already auto-populated employee and family. Again, this is 100% employer paid, so you will see this at $0 to you. Then you can go ahead and either select this or waive and continue. The rest of the elections on here to complete our open enrollment are all informational only. So please read through each page. This one is AFLAC. It does state to enroll in AFLAC products, you will need to call our representative, Jeffrey Hawkins, or email. So you can go ahead and continue. CRA retirement. Gunnison County has increased the 457B employer match from 2% to 3%. So if you would like to increase your contribution to 3% and get the full match, please fill out both of these forms, and you will need to send those to hr@gunnisoncounty.org. Employee Assistance Program, we have some more information on that here. Spot pet insurance, we do have a discount. So if you go ahead and click this link, it will bring you to that discount page if you're interested in pet insurance. Telehealth, this is where you can go log in to get telehealth. And then lastly, you will have beneficiaries. So you'll see this is the last step here. When you filled out that family information page, you have all of their contact information and their social security numbers. So you will go ahead and put primary beneficiary percentage or secondary beneficiary. I'm going to split these up 50% and 50%, and I'm going to click this apply to all so that I don't have to type it in for each of these plans. And then you can go ahead and click continue. Before you submit, you will see this enrollment summary. So you can see that my total estimated costs are $759.12 a month. You can review all of your family information, all of the plans that you elected. You can see when the coverage will take place, how much each of those plans cost. And you can always click back over here if you wanted to go back and re-elect something or change your mind on something. If you wanted to actually, if you wanted to only put $25 in the health savings account, or if you want to make this an even number or anything that you want to change, you can go ahead and do that now before you click submit by just clicking on the left-hand side here on these check marks and making those new elections. Once you kind of scroll through and you make sure that you have everything that you need for benefits for the next year, then you can go ahead and scroll all the way to the bottom and click submit. After you click submit, this is what you will see. You'll see my coverage as of 1/1/2024, which is the next benefit year. You can go ahead and view this PDF of the estimated costs and all of your elections here. You will also see that it says the elections below are pending approval. Those will need to be approved by Human Resources, and they will be doing that periodically. But it does give you the success message. Your enrollment is 100% complete and is pending approval, and you are all good to go.